Here's a few programming notes about future episodes of Get Growing and the KFBK Garden Shows. For the next upcoming 2 weeks, December 27th and January 3rd, the shows will be pre-recorded for a holiday break for the station staff. And by the way, thank you, Cameron, for running the board on today's show, as well as on previous editions of Get Growing. I appreciate it. And a big thank you to you, the listeners. I don't say it often enough. You are why Get Growing with Farmer Fred has lasted 28 years on KSTE. And you're the reason why I've been able to host the KFBK Garden Show for the last 20 years. I don't even think of you as listeners, really. We are a gardening community. We're friends and neighbors who are bound together by our love of soil, plants, and the outdoors. It's been wonderful to chat with you about peppers and perennials instead of politics and pandemics. I think all of us need regular breaks from that, and I'm glad I could provide that respite for you and me on Sunday mornings. And I appreciate your support of the shows all this time, too. I appreciate all the garden-related advertisers we've had over the years. And now comes the hard part. You're listening today to the last live episodes of Get Growing and the KFBK Garden Show. It's time for me to move on. I have enjoyed immensely my time with you here on Get Growing and hosting the KFBK Garden Show. But there are other things I need to do in life, and doing these 2 shows plus the KSTE Farm Hour take up a lot of my time in preparation, production, and actually doing the broadcast. It is much more than 5 hours every Sunday. By my rough calculations, I'm putting in over 30 hours a week doing research, conducting interviews, answering your emails, editing audio, and so much more. Now, although the radio shows will be going away, the Garden Basics with Farmer Fred podcast will continue. I hope you will listen and subscribe to that wherever you get your podcasts, and that includes the iHeartRadio app. But for that show to really succeed, I need to update my own skills, my technological skills, to include website design, video segments, a newsletter, and, of course, a larger social media presence. Such is life in the 21st century. And, oh yeah, I need to fix the toilet, too. So, Get Growing, the KFBK Garden Show with Farmer Fred, and the KSTE Farm Hour will soon be a blip in Sacramento radio history. Now, let me emphasize, this is my choice. I'm not being fired. I'm not retiring, nor am I dying. I'm fine, thanks. I'm going to keep riding my bike 100 miles a week. Maybe I'll even up it to 150 miles a week in 2021. And I'll still be around with you in podcast form with the Garden Basics podcast. You can find out more about that at the farmerfred.com website, which will also stick around, and it's going to have a new look coming soon. And as soon as we get this COVID thing behind us, I hope to see many of you at the Fair Oaks Horticulture Center. Yes, I will remain active with the Sacramento County Master Gardeners, and I thank them for all their support and help and expertise with all my broadcasting endeavors over the years. And finally, I thank my wife, Jeannie, for her unflagging support of my nearly 50-year broadcast career, 45 years of which have been right here in Sacramento on many area radio stations. And as I've told many young up-and-coming on-air radio talents over the years, if you want a long broadcasting career, marry somebody with a normal job and good health insurance benefits. And I'm so glad I followed my own advice for the last 40 years. But it's time to move on. In fact, I think I'll go for a bike ride right now. Thank you. You will all be very, very special to me.